Introducing the Advanced Editor, the newest addition to the Echo 3D suite of tools for higher tier memberships. This is what your editor may or may not look like. It could be all black, but most likely it's going to come with default lighting. It's going to be the hemisphere light, or it's going to be called Echo 3D default light, something along those lines. So what's cool about this is you can upload directly through whatever it is that's in your console. So any one of these can be imported over here, or you can upload your own object. If you wanted to take a screenshot, you could. You just go ahead and hit that and it downloads right away. Okay, let's play around with it. So in this case, I'm going to work with this fox that we have. So starting with file, you can create a new object or a new scene. You can import/upload your own object to work on. If you do export object, this gives you a JSON file. If you export the scene, it gives you the entire scene in JSON as well. And if you go over here to export file, this gives you a copy of the 3D asset as a GLB. And then you can export to console. This object will take a second to do, but it'll notify you, and then you'll see your object here in the content section. And over here to the left, you'll see these icons. These are the UI transformation helpers. So over here, this is for moving in general. You'll see that the icons over here change. The gizmos, just like in Unity, are pretty much the same. And then here you can rotate. It gives you the option to do this either which way. And then this allows you to expand the scale. So we can make it bigger or smaller. Oh, made it inside out. Let's do a little smaller. And then over here, this locks in local or global view. So the way that this really works is we have it checked. So this is for local. If we wanted to modify this, then the axis would change so that it's based on the relative position of the object versus global, where the surrounding land outside determines the axes. And over here, this is your basic edit. Normally in Unity, you'd be able to just right click and make changes, but we've added that over here. Basic steps: undo, clear history, center, clone, delete, and fix color maps. And then for adding, this is the really fun section. So this creates a group. So if you wanted to create a group over here, this would show up in our scene hierarchy. So you see it right here. And over here, you can create tons of different shapes. We can do literally anything that your heart desires, and everything is populated over here. So for the sake of the demo, I'm just going to delete them. And then over here are your different types of lighting and different perspectives. And here we have scene and project and settings. So I'll just go over these really quick. As subheadings or subsections for scene, you have object, geometry, and material. So heading down, this is your hierarchy. This is where all your objects are going to live. And if you create a group, you're able to add stuff to it. You can drag and drop and change the order of these items. And for background color, you can choose a texture, a color, or equirect, and colors can be whatever you want. Let's keep it white for now. And you can modify your environment between these two options. And the fog, if you want it to be consistent or do you want it to expand over time, that's an option for you as well. And these are the increments. Once you select the object, you'll be able to see these options fill out. So you can rename it over here. You can change the transform, position, rotation, or scale. You can determine if it's going to cast or receive a shadow. You can hide the object if you'd like, modify the frustum call, the rendering order, and any additional user data can go right here. And the geometry, nothing really applies to this with this model in particular, and same for the material. And if we go up here to project, this is where you would modify the name. You can choose to make it editable once you export it. Is it for VR? And then your renderer options, physical lights, anti-alias, determining the shadows, the different types, and if you wanted to tone map, and here are your options as well. And then over here for your settings, you can determine if you want to see the grid or not. Do you want the helper, gizmos, and then here are shortcuts in case you didn't want to toggle back and forth between your edit and the keyboard. And you get to keep an eye on your history, so you could go back and modify things, which is a nice little feature, kind of like how Photoshop works. And that's pretty much it. We hope you'll give it a shot. If you try it out, let us know.